the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see the new number 7 in Washington, Dwayne Haskins and the Redskins, as they square off against the number 6 overall pick, Daniel Jones, and the New York Football Giants. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants' offense will be led by the rookie from Duke, and that's Daniel Jones. Of course, Eli Manning made 210 consecutive starts for the G-men from 2014 until 2 years ago. But now he gives way to Jones, who threw for 52 touchdowns in his 3 years as a starter in Durham as a Blue Devil. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. But he breaks through another tackle. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the starting offense now for the Giants.
And everyone's going to be watching running back Saquon Barkley, the rookie sensation in 2018. He will draw all the attention now on offense with Odell Beckham Jr. now in Cleveland.
Let's make these babies crawl.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing Jones. That's into the hands of the tight end, Ellison. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. It was DeShazer Everett that time who got a hand in to break it up. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense as they get their first shot. They'll be led out by the 3rd quarterback taken back in April's draft, Dwayne Haskins out of Ohio State.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Here's Haskins, able to find his running back, Geis. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. 2nd down and goal. Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Hey, bro.
Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Welcome to the stream.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown.
Graham Kite.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. The numbers for Tate in last week's game: 6 catches, 86 yards, and a touchdown. On the draw, this is Barkley. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I like the performances he's put up throughout the year. That's the reason he's ranked number 9 in the league in receiving yards. And in a league that throws the ball around like crazy, number 9's a good number.
These two teams all tied after one.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. 5.
Jones on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Shepard. He's got daylight. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Now Haskins to throw it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. On 1st down, it's Haskins. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins, he gets it in the hands of Geis. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
It's a gain of 3.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play, 2nd and 3. Jones throw on target to Shepard. The 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Wassup.
Rosas to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown.
Welcome to the stream.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And along with the rest of his offense, here comes Jordan Reed now. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because when they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, you either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Haskins, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Haskins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Haskins on the keeper, and he is going to lose yardage here. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Geis alone in the backfield here, 2nd and goal. This time, Haskins will look to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. He'll lose a couple on what should be the final play of the first half. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Vernon Davis in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they lead the visiting LA Chargers at halftime. Albert Wilson, a touchdown catch in that first half. Meanwhile, it was the rookie Daniel Jones living up to the hype as the 6th overall pick. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants! Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was
Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Rosas now to add the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. It's caught by Davis. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Haskins will throw. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Redskins have the 1st down on a pickup of 18. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. Now Haskins.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 25 yards that time. Here's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Vernon Davis. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. That time, a 9-play drive, and it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jones now operating from the gun. He completes it to Tate. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. On 1st and 10, Jones. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 20-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go. 18 Gators. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the 17, Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. The 30, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Ready?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's get out the field, defense. Check. Ready.
Throwing Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 35.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And Tate's got it. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You've got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here's Haskins and the Redskins. Down 31-28. A little under 2.5 to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a big spot for the rookie Haskins. And finding Davis here, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Looking to throw, Haskins. This one caught by Davis. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Kareem Martin. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
New York set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It's caught. Smith. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Jones. Finds his tight end Ingram. First down Giants on a pickup of 14. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Ready, set. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Blue dead. Now.
On first down, Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it. Here's Riley Dixon now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Giants, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Can McCaffrey do it again? It's the coach. This is the 2019 season on EA Sports. Coming up, dual threat Christian McCaffrey. Fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Houston Texans. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's headed by EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed. And the offensive starters for the Panthers.
And they come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A second straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. Bridgewater on first down.
Yeah, Greg Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And again, it's Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Here's Bridgewater.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback. That has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here are the Texans under their 6-year head coach, Bill O'Brien, the former national champion at Clemson, bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the ground, this is Johnson. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
Have no idea what they're putting in the food in the Martin household, but they've developed 2 terrific offensive linemen. Brother Zach, a perennial all-pro at guard with the Dallas Cowboys, but Nick, no slouch at center for the Houston Texans. He sets the tone for their offensive line. He's the pivot up front.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
This is something that we expected to see.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now out comes Houston. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Dontari Poe emerged on the scene fast as a young player and continues to make big plays at defensive tackle.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Let's go, defense. Line them up.
Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The numbers for Johnson in last week's game, 15 carries, 64 yards.
They've won 2 straight games and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you just...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Duke Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So after Bear now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans defense, we watch them get set to go. And let's take a peek at some of the defensive effort here that's helped them get this first half lead.
Yeah, I remember in school, we used to have a term for it, break on it. When you see the ball in the air, when you see a receiver make the cut, and you anticipate it, break on the football, get there, make a play. And we've seen a lot of that so far in this game.
Coverage has been excellent. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Bridgewater to throw it. A look at the numbers from last week for Olsen. 4 catches, 55 yards. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Throwing, Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down. To throw, Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And an alley to run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. Bridgewater. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Chris Manhertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Stills on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Third and 2, Watson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Watson on target here to Fuller. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
With that impact, I fully expected the ball to pop free. I still remember an old defensive back friend of mine who used to say, guess what? Even if they catch the ball, make sure they have a memento to take back to the sideline.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Watson. Open man, the tight end fells. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. He's got Fuller. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. To the air yet again, Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Darren Fells, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have once again taken the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that makes it 14-10. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Bridgewater now. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done, so I think going for it there was the right call.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Screen play, Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin our trip around the NFL at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Tennessee taking on their closest rivals, distance-wise, in Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And it's the visiting Washington Redskins who have the lead in that one. Dwayne Haskins has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. Ryan Fitzpatrick, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far, as he's thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And they start the second half with Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Throwing on second down. Watson, and the catch made by Johnson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Out of the gun, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Johnson, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson, off play action. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very solid gain of 27. Now what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of a group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Houston. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. First down, Bridgewater. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Watson on first down. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. That's to McCaffrey, complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down. Bridgewater. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play, because we said, okay.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Olsen. Greg Olsen. His third touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
I know a lot of coaches like to break their season into quarters, and how about the first 4 games for this guy? 3 touchdowns scored, really making his mark in the red zone here in the first month of the season.
Gano for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And he finds Stills, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 and a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A good pickup of 6 there on first down. On 2nd down and 4, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And an alley to run. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender. I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
On 2nd down, Hyde. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
19, 54. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Watson now to throw. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now the Panthers down by 7, 26 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. To throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's Greg Little, 2nd-round pick from Ole Miss. He's the guilty party. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And now here comes their final timeout, as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. Bridgewater Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to go back to more there, and now it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Texans, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Now we're cooking. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. With that, let's get out to venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. Big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And shedding through the tackle. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Here's Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Ben Braunecker. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
I play with updated rosters in franchise mode.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense, the former 3-time captain at Michigan State, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Watch twins.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Roquan Smith, fresh off a solid rookie campaign, in on the tackle for Chicago. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On play action, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he goes out right around the 39. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, Cook, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Eddie Goldman with a sack. It felt like he was in the pocket all day, never got rid of it.
And when you have that much time, you've got to either find someone open or get rid of it, because with that amount of time to throw the ball, that means the offensive line's done a really nice job.
A punt of 46, a return of 5, and the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
You know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate as they would say when you're running the big-time races, means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Trubisky. And this one's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back near the goal line, Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taking it about the 16. After one, it's 9-0. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check, block 54, block 54. Hey, tight there.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Kendricks, he gets the sack there. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
On the carry, it's Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Out comes this offense again, led by Trey Burton. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Trubisky to throw. And he completes it to Cohen. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Kendricks picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Throwing here, Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Give the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A good pick up there, 26 yards. Now Trubisky on first down. He's got Burton here. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Trubisky now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. David Moore, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Tyreek Hill leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. In our game, it's been Mitchell Trubisky who's looked sharp thus far. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. They got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Cook. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. You've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Madison. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Cousins to throw it. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Mitchell Trubisky on his way out, the subject of our players' spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eric Kendricks able to record his 5th sack of the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Trubisky.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard. I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise. And it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play. Really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Looking to throw. Trubisky on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Cohen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally. Trubisky will throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cohen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky looking middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, If you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Cousins now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me? You see me?
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe on one. And the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This is complete. Cousins to Treadwell. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Cousins. And Diggs has it. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. To throw is Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Laquan Treadwell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now Trubisky to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Roquan Smith. After the sack on 1st down, Cousins, it's complete to Diggs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. To throw, Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Chicago, they pick up their second win now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.